Hey, what's up, guys? Coming to you today with another What's Next. This is on Regis Prograis, the former junior welterweight world champion. That's 140 pounds. Prograis returned to action on Saturday, October 31st, and as the co-feature, when he served as the co-feature or he fought on the undercard, really. He fought on the undercard of the big fight between Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz for the junior lightweight and lightweight world titles. So, he fought undefeated but unknown Juan Heraldez, dominated him. Third round TKO victory as he, stays on track to get back in line. And now actually he's number one in the WBC now. So, the big question now is what's next for Regis Prograis? Well, I don't believe, I haven't heard officially, I've heard conflicting reports that Prograis was, I don't know if he signed just a one-fight deal. I think it was just a one-fight deal he signed with the PBC. So he got that fight in. I think he's still a free agent. I believe he is. And he can fight anywhere he wants next. That being said, he's not going to get Jose Ramirez or Josh Taylor, the two top dogs in the division. That's just not going to happen. They're lined up to fight each other for the undisputed world title. So, the big question with that is what's next for Regis Prograis? Well, I know that's the second time I've asked that, but the question is I don't know, because Prograis is the type of guy that wants a big fight all the time. He wants to be in the big fights. I don't blame him, but he also says he's not ready to move up to 147 pounds yet at welterweight. He wants to fight at 140. Now, if he's fighting, if he is with the PBC, and he's going to fight PBC fighters, then really the only options there are in the PBC is you got what's his name. Robert Easter Jr. That's a possible fight and a winnable fight in my opinion for him. There's Adrian Granados, who lost to Robert Easter by a very close decision last year. A veteran, been around a while, not a bad option right there. But outside of that, there's not a lot of big names. So I think he knew that, and I think that's maybe why he is just why he is a free agent still. I hope he is, because it opens the door for him. And what I think he needs to do next, if he really wants to put himself in line for the winner of Taylor and Ramirez, then I think he needs to face Jose Cepeda, the former two-time world champion. World title challenger. Cepeda's coming off a fucking monster 8th round knockout victory over, I think it was an 8th round, it was a 5th round knockout win over Ivan Barianchik to put himself in the number 2 spot in the WBC. But Regis Prograis is the number 1. I think these guys need to fight for the interim title, or they need to fight in a final eliminator. I think Prograis needs to face him to determine who the best fighter is and in line for a world title. That way, whenever the winner of that fight is done, Prograis can move straight in line to fight the winner, or he could fight for the vacant world title after that. But I really think Prograis wants the winner of Ramirez and what's his name, Taylor. The only way he gets it was by fighting the best. Now, the winner of that fight might avoid him either way. So after that, he's really got to, if he's going to stay a free agent, he's got to make that choice of, do I want to go back to the PBC and move up to 147 where all the options are open for me to fight? There's plenty of options at 147. So that's a big decision, but I really think he wants to fight Taylor again, or he'll fight Ramirez if Ramirez were to beat Taylor, which I don't think he will. But if he wants to keep himself in line for a rematch with Taylor, then he's going to have to go and become a mandatory number 1 contender. That's what he's going to have to do, because I don't think Taylor's going to want to fight Jack Catterall, who's number 1 in the WBO. So Taylor might say, hey, I'll give up that belt. He might have a number 1 contender in the IBF, but, he already just handled that one. So he might say, fuck it, I'll take care of that belt too. He could hold on to the unified belt here and then face Prograis in a rematch if he beats Ramirez, which I think he will beat Ramirez, Josh Taylor. But that's just my opinion. Other options, I'm going to run through the top 10 real fast. Other options, those are the top 2 guys, Ramirez and Taylor at 140. Zepeda, I already told you I think should be it. Another good option would be Victor Pastal. Pastal, the last time I checked, he was also a promotional free agent. So he's coming off a strong performance against Jose Ramirez. Why not Prograis go and knock Pastal out? Because I think he could go knock him out, move himself, and really, really make himself, the top dog. Because Ramirez barely got past Pastal in August. Barely beat him by a majority decision. Taylor got a very wide decision over Pastal a couple years ago, but it was a controversial wide decision. A lot of people felt that fight was very close. Even Taylor himself knew the fight was close, and they scored it wide because it was in Scotland, Taylor's home country. So I think Pastal, if he can make that fight, that's another good option for Prograis right there. Again, Robert Easter, if he stays with the PBC and Easter doesn't move up to 145 and fight Maurice Hooker, I think that's a good fight right there for Prograis. Possibly, or he already beat Kira Relic. Pablo Cesar Cano is a good option. They were talking about fighting anyway on the zone. That's a good option, but that's really, in my opinion, at this point, it might be a step back from what he really wants to do, and that's getting in line for a world title. But you never know. I mean, it's not a bad option. I just think I think it's probably a step back for him. And then other ones, rounding them out, you got Jose Pedraza. He fights for Top Rank. He lost to Zepeda. In my opinion, that's a waste of time, because why fight Pedraza when he lost to Zepeda? Fight Zepeda. Who's your number 2 in the WBC? Again, Granados, if he wants to stay busy and go get a big knockout win while he waits around for the winner of Ramirez-Taylor, I think Granados, not a bad choice, especially if he is with the PBC. If Prograis is signs an extended contract with the PBC. And then Ivan Barianchik, I mean, this fight wouldn't make any sense. Again, Zepeda beat him. Why not just go after Zepeda? That would make more sense for in my opinion, for Prograis. So that's it. I really think Zepeda is the top option for him. I think Pastal is a good option for him as long as he's staying here. And then if he's with the PBC or wants to re-sign, I think Robert Easter, I think Adrian Granados are good options also. So that's it. And then also Pablo Cesar Cano, if he doesn't re-sign with the PBC, Pablo Cesar Cano, possibly go after him, on the zone and go get a big win there. But we'll see what he does. Regis Prograis, in my opinion, he's still the best fighter at 140 right now. I think he beats what's his name? I think he beats Josh Taylor in a rematch. I think he beats Jose Ramirez. I would love to see Prograis and Teofimo Lopez once Lopez moves up to 140. Keep those options open. Prograis, you're the man. I like him a lot. We'll see what happens. That's the what's next on Regis Prograis following his third round TKO victory over Juan Heraldez on Halloween night on Showtime pay-per-view. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. True Boxing. You've been here with the truth.